time each and every day. Just moving up back that half hour after the time change. You guys have discussed it before. My time doesn't change, so 4 a.m. a little early for me. I mean, if need be, we can do it certainly on the weekends or something, and or special shows or whatever. You guys know I'm flexible as could be, but if we could do 10:30, it's better. We're also going to change the format just a drop. We're going to just try and shorten the show a little bit, make it more about the picks. Of course, we are here, so it's not like you're going to lose our personality from the show or anything like that. With me, you're always going to get what you're going to get, and I think when it comes to the guys, I can always suck them into some sort of argument or discussion as well. But we got the guys here with us, and, just quickly right out of the gate, when we saw the brackets released yesterday, and the odds came out really quickly, anything quickly just jump off the page at you, Brian? Like, just say, wow, this is, this team got screwed, this team got a break, this team got,
No, I was happy that Drake is going to get an opportunity to make it. I'd like to see what they do, and really, I think Texas has a nice road to the finals. I'm looking forward to the whole tournament, but I already got my bracket filled out, got my Final Four, so I'm ready to go here. I wish it was starting tomorrow, but I can wait till Wednesday.
So Texas got the 3 seed in that Alabama Michigan bracket. And, obviously Michigan didn't deserve a number 1. They gave it to them. I have no idea what they said on TV, how they got a number 1 over Alabama, a team that won their conference tournament and won, one of the toughest conferences in America, as opposed to a team that lost 3 of their last 5 and really didn't look good in any of those and is missing a key player as well. I think Michigan is in trouble if they have to. Well, either way, I think St. Bonnie's is the team that got screwed. They won their conference, they won their tournament, they play LSU in the opening round, and if they win, they play Michigan, unless the 16 seed knocks off Michigan. I think that they got screwed, and I also think that Gonzaga bracket, that whole Western bracket, is just everybody in there got screwed. You got Oklahoma, Missouri, Creighton, Virginia, USC, Kansas, Oregon, VCU, and Iowa all in the same bracket. While you have that Texas-Michigan bracket and the Illinois bracket where it's Drexel, Loyola, Georgia Tech, Oregon State, Tennessee, Oklahoma State, Liberty, a bunch of nice teams, but not like the heavy hitters that you have in that West.
That's why I think Texas has an excellent opportunity in that East bracket there.
Well, I think they do. Right. I think they have. I think they caught a break because it's like BYU caught a 6 seed, right? So it's like I don't know how that happens, right? They play a soft schedule. They catch a 6 seed. They play the winner of that Michigan State UCLA game. All 3 of those teams are susceptible, against Texas. All 3 of them. And then the issue that Texas has is UConn and Alabama are on the other side. And, that will be their game. Whoever makes it through of UConn and Alabama against Texas, likely, I'm with you. I think I could see Texas has a clean route to the Final Four. I think on the other side of that thing, I think LSU looks, to be very, very dangerous. And I think Florida State, is always dangerous. But as we saw, kind of in these big games away from home, they didn't show up.
What about St. Bonaventure's knocking off? They could easily knock off LSU.
Well, that's what I was saying, that St. Bonaventure kind of got the short end of the stick here. They play LSU in the first round. They won their conference, and they won their conference tournament. And it wasn't like they're not like in the Sun Belt or something. They won the A-10, which had several teams in this tournament, right? So it's like I don't know. I have no idea, I have no idea how that happens. But all I know is, like, why do they get that? And then, San Diego, Liberty, Oklahoma State, Tennessee, Oregon State. Tennessee plays Oregon State. It's like...
I could easily see the Beavers knocking out.
I'd love to see St. Bonnie's against either of those teams. Bust them up, They'll bust them up, and I like the way St. Bonnie's punches the other teams in the face. How about you, Rod? Any other teams out there? Anything you're looking at specifically before we get into today's action?
For me, big game, Colorado, Georgetown, right off the hop. That's we got battle in that game, right?
I think one thing that we see here is that there's big games right out of the gate on Friday and Saturday, and also the second round. It looks to be just off the chain, regardless of who wins the first round games.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I generally don't do a bracket these days. So part of the new format, it's just going to be a little bit quicker show, and part of it is that I want to get more back into showing all the audience comments, something that we've always done in the past, but the shows have gotten so long and big, and it's because of college basketball. So we're able to reel it back in.
And the Midwest is all orange teams, all orange colors. Wow.
So who's in your final four?
Six of the 16 are all orange based. Tennessee's orange, Clemson's orange, Oklahoma State, Syracuse.
So who's in your final four, Rod? That was Brian's question.
I'm just curious.
Do you have one?
Who's in my final four?
Do you have one?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to stick with what I had in the beginning of the year.
Which is what?
Yeah,
but I don't have. Right now, I have Illinois in there as in my final four. I'll tell you later.
That's final
one. I don't
That's
have,
final
I don't
one
have,
right there.
That's as far as I got. I have Midwest and I got Illinois.
My final four is Gonzaga, Texas, Ohio State, and West Virginia. Those are my four teams.
UConn, Wisconsin, Illinois, or Syracuse, and Oregon for me.
I think Oregon goes out first round, but
that's why you're sitting there and I'm sitting here. But anyways, we got
we're getting off track.
We do get off track, but let's get into it. Let's get back on track. Let's get to the picks. Like I said, the show's going to be a hard half hour these days. Is the way is the new format. We're going to give out plenty of picks, though. We're still going to do basically a lot of the same show that we've been doing. We've changed the format a few times. I just think that I agree with a lot of what the people said when I asked about the show, and someone even left a comment, why are you asking your audience, corporate decisions or whatever? It's like, because the show is for you guys. So I want to give you guys what you want. That's why. It's like, I've always done it that way. And it's like, what a dumbass comment. It's like, what we could do is just I could tell you the websites that fail. I've been in this business a long time now. I'm a dinosaur, right? And it's like, I can tell you, I've seen them all come and go. And the ones that don't go, the ones that don't make it, are the ones that have a really good idea that they think is a really good idea, and they just think their audience doesn't get it. So they try and force it on them, right? It's like you see a lot of sites out there fail like that. A lot. Oh, I got big ideas. And it's like, what the big idea is to let your audience call the shots. That's my big idea. That's what way I've done it forever. And I don't just say that. You guys know I do it. So I'm not going to change from that because some troll YouTube commenter, that's for sure. But so the show, I agree with the people that say the show is a little bit too long, and I agree with the people that say I like the show as it is. So what we're going to do, I'm still going to be on the show. These guys are still on the show. We still are who we are. You're not going to change that. We're not going to sit here and be phony balonies, like some of these other idiots out there. But, what a joke, right? It's like, let me act as fake as I can for 10 minutes or so and, do this. It's like, that's not going to happen. But what's going to happen is we're going to continue to deliver picks. We're going to do our best. It's just because we have a premium show doesn't mean we hold out on, and anything like that. It's the premium shows is I'm not going to defend it. That's for sure. And it's like, but the thing is that I'm also, I also doesn't mean we don't try and win our other. Someone said they just try and give us losers on these, so we buy their. It's like, what are you talking about, man? It's like, what?
We're just going to be faster.
It's just going to be a little quicker format instead of fumbling through the games. We're going to be well prepared and say these are the games that we have, for today. So Brian, what do you like in the NBA today?
Well, I'm going to start out by going with the Washington Wizards here plus the points. I liked them the other night against the Bucks. I think we're getting 10.5 and 11 in that time, and in this game you're getting 8.5. I think the Wizards can keep this within 5 or 6 points. And then the next game, the Kings Hornets, I'm going to give out in the drive-thru tonight, so make sure you tune in to that one. Knicks and Brooklyn Nets. Early this morning, I like the Brooklyn Nets, but as this line develops, it really looks like the Knicks are the sharper play. I think the battle in New York here, I think it's going to be a closer contest than people anticipate. So I'm going to take the points with the New York Knicks. Also, in the last free one, I'm going to take the Detroit Pistons against the Spurs. Line open at 2.5. 3.5 down to 2.5, 2 in some spots. I think the sharper play here is to hold your nose and take the Detroit Pistons here plus the points.
So write these down because we're going to have a recap segment at the end. That's what we used to do also. It's something that we stopped doing after the COVID break. I don't know why we got away from that. Remember, I used to write them on the card and I throw the card at the camera. It's kind of our thing. All right, Rod, what do you got? NBA.
For me, I like the Nets game. The Nets and the Knicks to go under. 9-1. The last 10 have went under. Only the last game went over. And that's when you got the number one offense versus the number one defense. And they definitely play defense. The Nets are 4-0 to the under in their last 4 home games as well. So I'm taking the under 223. Like that one. And I like the Clippers. Clippers at Dallas. The Clippers remember the last game they played Dallas back in December was the last time these teams met. And I'm sure they had that circled as the Clippers got pounded. It was like 130 to 74. I know Kawhi Leonard was out and a bunch of guys were out in that game, but they remember that. And also the Clippers are 5-1 ATS, their last 6 in Dallas. So I'm going to take the Clippers over the Mavericks in that one. I know the Clippers are on the back-to-back, but recency bias, you'll see the public jump all over the Mavericks. I like the Clippers there. And I'm going to keep riding the Suns. Suns have been just on fire. 8-2 the last 10. 8-2 ATS. Memphis on the back-to-back. I'll take the Suns here. Minus the points. 3 NBA I like.
I like the Knicks against the Nets. I just think it's one of those things where it's like these are local teams, and I just think the Knicks with that defense do enough against that Nets defense to at least come in under the number. I think that's really what it's all about here. I think where a lot of people get confused, and especially in the YouTube comments, is that they think that because we pick a team that we think they have a chance to win, and I'm not sure the Knicks have a chance to win this game against the Nets, but I do think they have a chance to cover, especially with that 8.5, because now you're talking about a garbage bucket outside of double digits, right? They're up by 10, they hit the garbage 2, dribble out. Cash, right? I mean, how many times have we seen this? And I think a team that plays defense like the Knicks, they're not going to stop the Nets. It's not going to happen, right? But the Nets aren't going to stop the Knicks either. So the Knicks offense isn't quite there, but anyone could score against the Nets, right? So I just think it's kind of one of those things where it's like they keep it close enough and you get the cover. I don't not run into the window there. I think the Pacers are interesting here against the Nuggets as well for a cover. I think this game is a 4-point game, 3 to 4 point game, one way or the other. I think it's a coin flip. We know that the Pacers, the more their backs are against the wall, the tougher that they are. When the going get tough, the Pacers get tougher. And we've seen the Pacers waddle around, for half the season, missing their top player. And then, have a off-the-chain second half. We've seen it every single year, right? Oladipo was hurt when he was on the Pacers, the entire first half of the season, every single time, right? And then they kind of waddle around 500. They get their guy back. And then, before you know it, it's like, oh, man, there's some, they're at least giving some team a real physical test in the playoffs. And I think that's what we'll see from the Pacers again. I think this game could go either way. I think the Nuggets could win this game. I just think the 4.5 is just a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I like this mixed squares here. I'm going to take the Lakers against the Warriors. I just don't think that, once you pass the All-Star break, LeBron James understands the magnitude of these games and just how important it is when you have teams like the Utah Jazz, when the Nuggets are 22-16, the Lakers 25-13. There's a solid chance, and I'm saying beyond 50-50, that there's going to be fans in the stands in some kind of capacity for these NBA playoffs. There might not be fans in the stands for the rest of the NBA regular season. I don't really know. I'm not in the mainland, so I don't see what's going on there. But I do believe that there will be fans in the stands for the playoffs. We're seeing fans in the stands for some of these college basketball tournaments. We saw it for the conference tournaments, and it would not surprise me to see fans in the stands for the NBA playoffs. Not at all. I think that we're going to see, I don't know what capacity it will be, but what we've also seen is that when there is fans in the stands, that a little amount of fans can make a lot of noise, especially in these indoor arenas. So I'm going to guess there's going to be fans in the stands. LeBron knows this. I mean, he loves the fans in the stands, right? I mean, this guy.
When's the playoffs? Late July?
I believe they start in June, right?
June. I mean, by then, they're expecting full vaccine availability in May. Why not have mostly full stadiums?
I'm starting to actually know people that have been vaccinated now. It's like,
they're expecting full availability in May. So why not have the playoffs?
We're still like 70 and over. It's like to get the vaccine.
So hopefully they're 60% full or something like that. You never know.
So. Anyways, but that's where I'm at with the NBA today. It's a lean to the Suns here against the Grizz. I don't love the number there, so that's why it wasn't a premium pick. I just don't love the number there. It's kind of the Grizz know how to keep games close too, so that's where I'm at with that. But we'll go to NHL. Oh, Brian, what are you selling today? Anything?
Oh yeah, boy! I tell you what. I did have a crappy day yesterday, but you know what? I got off my game, but the picks I got today, absolutely love. NHL Game of the Year. Once a year, I do my NHL Game of the Year. I'm going for 5 straight years hitting this play. You can get that play individually for $30 at pickdogs.com, or you get my NHL Game of the Year 3-pack. It includes my 2 best bets in the NBA today, all for $40 at pickdogs.com premium pick section.
Rod?
And for me, I've got Kickstart the Week 5-pack, 3 NBA, 2 hockey. Love those 5 plays. Kickstart the week. Kickstart this massive week coming. Big exciting week coming.
That is my wife just opened the front door without turning the alarm off. Is what happened.
I thought Rod's alarm was going off because his picks are so hot.
No. That's not the fire detector. That is the front door alarm. So now the next thing that's going to happen is the police are going to call our house to make sure everything is okay. It's okay, Carrie. Just everyone was offended. Don't worry. It's only 8,000 people or something. Not a big deal. Rod, did you finish your promo there?
I did, yeah.
Carrie, you want to grab my phone? Because they're going to call. Anyways, I've got an NBA 3-pack today. I'm going to put up an NCAA tournament, March Madness NAT NCAA tournament pass today. I'm going to do it. It's going to be $225. So, if you guys want it, that's what it's going to be.
You're busting my balls about $250.
Yeah, but mine is 2 weeks. Mine's on a month of college basketball.
That's it. I'm going down at 200. Yeah. Just to spite you.
No. I think for this, it's because it's basically this week and next week are the big things, and then you'll get those other ones. I think 225 is fair at that point. It's way cheaper than just buying the picks individually. It's not as good a deal as just buying a month plan of mine because you'll get baseball. Half the first month.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been watching preseason baseball. That's how much I'm excited.
But I'm going to put that up today. Speaking of baseball, spring training. Maybe we should start covering spring training.
Oh, no, we're running out of time here on our
hard half hour. Yep, we got about 10 minutes left. So let's go to the NHL. Wow, good amount of games. Brian, anything here on the NHL card that you have?
Yeah, I don't want to go too long here, but I really like.
We're on schedule. We're definitely way on schedule. So
I'm getting tongue-tied here. My degenerate pick today, I'm going to go with the Nashville Predators at plus 270. And I think they've lost all 4 games. I think they played against Tampa Bay, at least 3 straight losses. I could see them easily pulling out a victory here. The game I like the most is the Philadelphia Flyers at moderate juice. I think you're laying about minus 115. Flyers haven't looked good since they've had that COVID problem. And that was about a couple weeks ago. Flyers need this game against the Rangers. I think they show up. And another game that I like is the Buffalo Sabres at home, getting plus 215. Got the Capitals with the Islanders on deck next. Big game for them. Sabres, they lost 11 straight games. They're not going to lose every game to go out and finish out the season. You're getting 2-1 on your money here. I think Buffalo can pull a shocker here. And let me see if I got any others left on here. Nope, that's it. Those 3. I got recapping. I have the Buffalo Sabres plus 200. I got the Nashville Preds plus 270. And that'll be it for hockey today. I'm gonna bet each one of them individually for $100. I should be able to get a nice profit from that.
The show didn't change because of the haters. The show changed because we've changed the show 10 times at least in the past 3 years. So it's like, I'll be honest, and you rarely hear me complain that I'm tired or that anything like that, and I never really sit here and talk about how hard I work. I know the other people say, "Oh, it's a lot." I hate that when I go to like a conference or something, and some guy like in marketing is like, "It's a lot of work, man. I worked really hard on this." It's like you never hear me say that because I really hate it when people say it to me. But it's like college basketball is a grind. Man, it is a serious grind. I mean, you see how many videos we're doing, you see how many shows we're doing, you see all that other stuff, and you guys don't even see. What you guys see is 1/5 of everything that it takes to run all these sites and everything. So I have less time. I have less time in the day than I ever had, and I don't want to not do the show anymore. So it's like cutting it back is the way to do it. And it's like this format's great because there's not going to be a ton of games. I think the way we used to do it was this way, or we kind of went around and kind of back and forth. And I think that's what we might do. We might say like I think before the way I used to do it is say how many games do you have today in NBA? How many games do you have in NHL? And then I kind of used to do a back and forth and around the horn. And maybe we'll do that instead. And that way it'll be a little bit more familiar to everybody doing it that way. So we'll figure it out. We always do, and believe me, it's always better. It's always better. I think sometimes I agree with people. I get a little long-winded on stuff, and I'm not going to apologize or change that. Anyways, where are we at, Brian?
Because then we can find the games that we butt heads, like this Buffalo game. There's no way am I going to lay with Buffalo.
Yeah, because we don't discuss the games ahead of time. So what will happen is, like, Rod will say, I have 3, Brian will say, I have 3, and I'll be like, I have 3. And then Rod will say one, and then it'll be like, we all have the same game, and it's like we either agree or disagree. It happens, and then there's other games where we just don't have that.
I kind of forgot one hockey, Rod. I don't want to step on you, but I forgot the Montreal Canadiens. I like them at minus 115. They're off 2 straight losses. If they want to contend in their division, they need to start winning games. Jets have been playing well lately, but this line's looking a little bit fishy to me. I'll lay the juice with Montreal here. I think that's even better than the Flyers pick.
Yeah, and there will be days where the show runs longer. Like I believe Friday will be an hour show, for March Madness. Maybe we'll have a guest, Saturday will be longer. Saturdays in the fall with college football. Sundays in NFL football will be longer shows. But these during the week shows, there's no reason for them to be more than a half hour. And we're at about 24 and a half minutes here. And you can see we're almost done. So, Rod, where are you
at? For me in this hockey section here, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go against Brian on the Buffalo game. There's no way until Buffalo actually gets a win and shows that they can actually win a game. I'll take Washington in that one. I'll take Washington on the puck line as the They're 9-5 at the puck line on the road this year. Which is making you money 9-3 on the road as well. So and Buffalo is what 2-11, 2-9. Yuck. One we do agree on. I'm with you. I like the Flyers as well here today. The Flyers are just a way better team here. It's just dry here. And if you look, all the money is on the Rangers. All of a sudden, everybody jumped on the Rangers. The Rangers got a win, so it looks like they're like, ooh, Panarin's back. Jump on the Rangers. Now I'm gonna take the Flyers here. Flyers on the puck line, 6-4 on the road, 7-4 on the puck line on the road. I like the Flyers minus the goal and a half. And the other one I'm looking at, I like the Penguins. Penguins at home, solid team, 11-2 on the year at home. And this Bruins team, Bruins are going to be now my overpaid bumps. They looked awful the other game, and we cashed betting against them. I'll just keep betting against Boston. They just have not looked good lately. 2-12 on the puck line on the road. Penguins have just been rolling 7-3 their last 10, 6-2 for the number at home. I'm taking the Penguins. Nice low price in that one. And I'm going to take the Jets to keep rolling over Montreal. The Jets are 3-1 against Montreal this year. The Jets are also 22-5 to the puck line this year. That makes you a whole pile of money. The Jets at home are 11-3 to the puck line. I'm going to just take the money line here. Take the Jets on the money line. I see the line as it's a coin flip. -110 is what I've got it. I'll take the Jets. And the last one I like is the Battle of Alberta, and I'm going to take the Oilers. I know Calgary's been playing some good hockey lately, but this is going to be always a battle, 1-goal game here, and Oilers get it.
Me and you are like oil and vinegar today. I like the Flames in that one.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Who do you guys like for your parlays? Rod.
My parlay for today, I'm going to take in the Suns, minus the points. Flyers on the puck line. Oilers, money line.
Brian?
I like the three teams I gave out in the NBA segment. Parlay up the Pistons plus the points, the Washington Wizards plus the points, and the New York Knickerbockers plus the points.
I'm going to go with the Knicks, Pacers, and Suns, three teams that I gave out in the NBA section. My picks for the show were just Knicks, Pacers, Lakers, and Suns. Like the Lakers, the least of those, obviously, I left them out of my parlay. My parlay was Knicks, Pacers, and Suns. Rod, you want to recap your picks for the show real quick?
Yeah, for me, I've got the Nets under, Clippers minus the points, Suns minus the points. In hockey, Flyers on the puck line, Jets on the money line, Penguins on the money line, and the Oilers on the money line.
And Brian.
Pistons plus the points, Wizards plus the points, New York Knicks plus the points. Then in hockey, the Predators money line, Sabres money line, Flyers money line, and Montreal Canadiens money line.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Made it just in the nick of time. Appreciate each and every one of you, of course. Be sure to check out our premium YouTube show. We didn't even talk about that at all today.
I'll talk about it real quick. On that premium show, I'm giving out my NHL Game of the Year, so if you aren't subscribed, make sure you hit it up.
Yeah, so also on the the premium show, if you have any questions, comments about it, by all means, Mitch@pickdogs.com and Mitch@sportschatplace.com. We appreciate everyone that joins us. We hope that you hit the like button, and we hope that you guys find value in our free shows. Of course, our premium shows offer our best bets for the day. Not all of them. It's just a taste of what we offer as far as premium picks at the site. But, we do the best that we can. We certainly don't win them all. We leave that for the Twitter handicappers that disappear, after they lose a couple games. But anyways, have a great day. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Be sure to check out the drive-thru tonight at 6 p.m. with